Welcome back to Art 8, Art of Southeast Asia. For Lesson 2, we will discuss fabric design, arts and crafts of Southeast Asia. For our today's agenda, number 1, identify the characteristics of arts and crafts in specific countries in Southeast Asia. Number 2, analyze the elements and principles of art in the production of arts and crafts inspired by the cultures of Southeast Asia. And number 3, create a simple artwork with Southeast Asian influence. Southeast Asian art. Lesson 2, fabric designs and arts and crafts. So what is fabric design? Textile or fabric design is the creative and technical process by which thread or yarn fibers are woven together or interlaced to form a flexible, functional, and decorative cloth or fabric which is subsequently printed upon or otherwise adorned. Meanwhile, for craft, the term craft denotes a skill usually employed in branches of the decorative arts, example ceramics, or in an associated artistic practice, example is lace making. Characteristics of art in Southeast Asia. For Indonesia, we have batik. The process is to produce a design on textiles through the use of a dye resist. The resist, usually wax, prevented the dye from penetrating the covered areas of the fabric, thus creating a pattern in negative. We also have batik in Malaysia. Popular motifs of Malaysian batik are leaves, flowers, and butterflies. Geometrical design uses pattern that is larger and simpler. Also, it employs brush method, unlike the method in Indonesian batik which uses canting. Colors are lighter and more vibrant than deep-colored Japanese batik. The Waubulan of Malaysia. As you can see in the picture, it has an intricate design. It's a moon-shaped kite that is traditionally flown in the Malaysian state of Kelantan, and it is one of the Malaysia's national symbol. Malaysian furniture crafts. Having the world's largest reserves of tin, Malaysia also produces what is widely regarded as the world's finest furniture, malleable metal alloy. The furniture objects are popular souvenirs in Malaysia. As you can see in the picture, there's a cup. It's made of malleable metal alloy. The Thai silk of Thailand. Manufactured in Thailand by native Thai silkworms. Thai silk has a unique luster with a sheen that has two unique blends, one color for the warp and another for the weft. Its color will change when viewed at varying angles to light. Thai silk smells like hair when burned. Loy Krathong and Yipeng. These are two of the Thailand's most famous festivals, also known as the Thailand Lantern Festivals, that both take place on the same day of full moon on the 12th Thai month. Cambodia. We have two main types of Cambodian weaving. The first one is ikat technique. To create patterns, weave tie and dye portions of weft yarn before weaving begins. The second type is the uneven twill. It yields single or two-color fabrics, which are produced by weaving three threads. Singapore batik. It has been existing since the 12th century, featured in as the uniform of flight attendants for the official flag carrier airlines of Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia. As you can see, batik is very popular in those countries. The Merlion of Singapore. Merlion is a mythical creature with a lion's head and a body of a fish that is widely used as a mascot and national personification of Singapore, inlaid with Chinese porcelain plates and bowls as part of its design. It is one of the most famous tourist spots in Singapore. Shantung taffeta of Vietnam. It is a plain woven fabric with a smooth lustrous surface. Bengal weave offers the impression of genuine silk but was made with lesser amounts of silk than cotton. Ebony satin of Vietnam. An all-natural lustrous silk hand-woven in southern Vietnam and naturally dyed using ebony fruit spots. Golden thread silks. Specialize in hand-woven handmade silk fabrics and ethnic textiles made in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. Vietnamese silk painting. It is one of the most popular forms of art in Vietnam. In the 19th and 20th centuries, French influence was absorbed, and the liberal and modern use of color began to differentiate Vietnamese silk paintings from their Chinese or Japanese counterparts. It typically showcases the countryside, landscapes, pagodas, historical events, or scenes of everyday lives. Scene. Stories of their history were woven in cloth in Laos. Strand by strand, Lao stories were weaved in the intricate dense patterns and motifs of textiles. Most diverse of these stories are the ones woven into a scene. The Sa paper. The Sa paper was used for calligraphy and for making festive temple decorations, umbrellas, fans, and kites. They make paper by hand in the wider region for over 700 years using the sour of mulberry tree. Cambodia and Laos handicrafts are part of their traditional culture and their livelihood as they produce textiles, baskets, jars, pottery, and other tools for their daily use. For our artwork, we will create stamped veggies. It will create an artwork with an influence of Southeast Asian batik. Ang kailangan nating materials are vegetables like okra, bell pepper, potato, carrots, etc. One or two color of water-based or oil-based paints, and two Oslo paper for different prints. Procedure. Cut the portion of the vegetable needed in the activity. Dip the veggie in the paint. Press the veggie onto the paper. Example picture of the stamped veggies. Ito yung unang process. Hihiwain muna yung mga gulay. And then, ididip sila sa paint bawat isa at magkikreate ng pattern. At magiging ganito ang finished product. So ito ang rubrics natin para sa pag-grade ng ating artwork. Ang ating mga criteria ay tidiness o kalinisan, relevance to the topic, focus, creativity, and craftsmanship. We are now at the end of our presentation, and I hope that you have jotted down the important details found in this video and do the artwork, the stamped veggies. Thank you and have a great day. I hope to see you again in our next art class.